Kayvon Thibodeaux is third in your list to the Texans. And DJ, Daniel Jeremiah, your Move the Sticks compadre, had the same thing. What was your take on Thibodeaux's combine? And you now combine it with pro day material. What do you make of the evaluation coming out of the combine and him still being now third on your and DJ's mock draft list?
So I would say that Kayvon Thibodeaux is one of the more talented prospects in the draft class, but he's also one of the more polarized. And the reason he's polarizing is because on the field, what you see is a guy who's a flasher. Stepping onto the scene as a freshman, he goes and gets 9 sacks right away at Oregon. He is dominant off the edge. He had 7 fourth-quarter sacks that freshman season. But then we never quite saw a level of dominance where he stacked on top of it. So you have that where it kind of leaves you wanting more. And then, look, he's a big brand. He was the number 1 overall recruit when he came out of the class. He's a guy who has done these phenomenal deals off the field. And so, fair or not, some people kind of judge him and wonder if he's focused enough on the game. That said, the guy is super talented. And in a league that is built on passers and pass rushers, he's one of the best in the game. And in the right system with the right coach, this guy could be a superstar at the position.
So you think he's going to go third and Trayvon Walker second to the Lions? He looked so good at the combine, Trayvon Walker. So good. He's incredible.
Yeah, he is. And so, here's the thing, Rich, about Trayvon Walker. I wasn't really as high on him early because I'm like, man, I see the athleticism. I see the guy do a bunch of different things, but the production doesn't necessarily match the potential. But then when you get around a bunch of D-line coaches in the league, they are just absolutely captivated and smitten with this guy's athleticism, his movement skills, the explosiveness, and what he does. And so then when I posed them, are you worried about the production and where do you play him? They're like, no, because, the stuff that he has, you can't coach. Now it's about putting him in a position where he can maximize his talent by chasing the pass and getting after it and going hard and doing those other things. And they were like, don't judge him on the production based on who was around him. Because remember, Jordan Davis and Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean and all these other first-rounders, the top picks from Georgia, were all on the same defense. So, look, there's only one ball to chase. There's only one play that can be made on a given down. So don't judge him on the production. But when you look at the tape, he does pop. And that's why he's in conversation not only at 2, he certainly could be a reality at number 1 for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Which would leave Hutchinson to stay put in the state of Michigan. And Bucky Brooks, the way you have it all mocked out right now, the Giants would have their choice of offensive linemen. That's exactly what, when they hit their knees at night over the next several weeks. Is that what they're looking for with the Giants in their front office right now?
Well, absolutely. If you go back, just think of the name, the Giants. And going all the way back to when George Young was there, the reason the Giants have always had a preference for big guys is because they are the Giants. They believe that the game is played up front in the trenches. You need bigger, better bodies up front to be able to win games consistently. Knowing Joe Shane, because we worked together in Carolina, he's a guy who loves prototypes. He wants to get big, physical guys at the point of attack that can maul people and mash so you can run the football when you need to run it, but you also can protect the quarterback. And so in looking at the draft class, you have Evan Neal from Alabama, who is probably the more refined, technically sound of the guys in that bunch. And then you have Ike Ekwonu, who's just a freak athlete who is nasty, who kind of changes the tenor of the room when he shows up because he is kind of the nightclub bouncer that throws guys out for being unruly patrons. And so when you see him just throw guys on the field, it kind of catches your attention. So one of those guys could be the pick for the Giants, and I don't think they could go wrong with either one.
Bucky Brooks here on the Rich Eisen Show. We've reached the draft month, and we're moving down Bucky's mock draft here on the Rich Eisen Show. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.